By having those extra funds and then locking in a low APR, my actual mortgage is cheaper than what I was paying for rent. Talk Shirty to me is a commercial contract screen printer based here in northeastern Pennsylvania. We print for large merchandise companies all over the nation. I'm the fortunate owner of Talk Shirty to me for the last 15 years. We've made shirts for the local, soccer league moms and schools in our area for our humble beginnings, and we are now making shirts for customers across the United States, as well as large merchandise companies such as the NFL, the music industry themselves, like some A-listers, Machine Gun Kelly, along with some old A-listers like Alanis Morissette, the Smashing Pumpkins, all the way down to the New Kids on Block and back up. So if we go like way back, it was started in the basement of my house, and the restrictions became, hey, I can't do this out of my house anymore. Let me find some, open up a store and see how it goes. But then what happens? I was paying a higher rent. I had no asset. I was just kind of paying into something that wasn't mine, and I wasn't able to grow or have opportunity because I didn't have what I needed. I kind of just found something that would be efficient enough. Yeah, so you're renting a space, you hit your max capacity, you want to hire more employees, you have to think about capacity as far as space goes. COVID was a big factor in this because we had to stage everyone 6 feet apart, and when you need to double your staff and you're in a smaller footprint, how do you go about business? How does that not affect your business, and where do we go from there? So we were on the hunt to find a building that would suit us. By complete accident, I stumbled upon a building one town over, went to get my tractor tire fixed, and there was a big sign, for sale. And then the process started from there. So my banker had mentioned the 504 loan and bridged us with NEDCO. NEDCO is right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. My banker basically said, hey, this is a great program. If you contact them, they'll work with you. They'll be able to get some of your down payment back. They'll be able to land you a lower interest rate, which is huge to a small business owner, and get you the leverage that you need inside your building to be able to make what you really need for your growth. Think of it as a game plan, right? There's an actual outline of things that you have to hit specifically in order to become eligible for this loan. It's not the easiest loan to obtain, but because I use NEDCO and their knowledge, I was able to obtain a building that would fit our needs. But because of the loan that I was allowed, they allotted me the opportunity to get half of my down payment back, which is a very large sum of money to a small business owner to then be able to put back into the building to build it out better. So by having those extra funds and then locking in a low APR, for our interest rate over the longer term, my actual mortgage is cheaper than what I was paying for rent. So in our old, leased building, we were running 2 automatic presses, and we were at 12 employees. By moving into our new building, we're right now at 27 employees, and we're up to 7 automatic presses. And we have moved into more technology as far as automation goes. So we have almost 500% capacity from where we were 2 years ago to where we are now. And I would not have been able to get the growth. I would not have been able to get the backing for these larger merchandise companies if it wasn't for the help of the team that I have had to get me to building. So between NEDCO and the SBA itself and my local banker, we would still be in our lease spot, and I'd be bouncing my head off a wall going, well, how am I going to do this? If you're in a market to finally buy your first business or your first commercial piece of property, congratulations, you've made it to the point where you're like, hey, I'm stable enough to make this big jump. And that's what it is. It's a big jump. But you need a team behind you. Being a business owner, it's not like, you're running down the field and everybody's cheering you on into the end zone. So you have to find those nice niche people that work with business owners, no matter where your location is. And with NEDCO, they are a great person. They're great people to contact, one, but the company, being that they're so knowledgeable, I would have never have gotten my building as fast as I did if they weren't the professionals that they are. So if you're looking to jump into the commercial real estate end of it or purchase, you know, that end of it, I would highly suggest you contact them and their team, get that game plan in place, check off everything, and you'll be just as happy as I am in the end.